and in the group environment. And I think in terms of going forward, it would probably be a less of a loss for me if Steve wasn't here than it would be if some of the other guys weren't here. So my second nomination this week is going to be Mario. For me, I don't think this whole show exists to provide Mario an amazing experience. I think for him, this is a major, major thing. And if it doesn't go the way that he is perceived in his thinking, then, you know, suddenly he gets really upset, and then people around him feel uncomfortable, like as if they've done something wrong. When a lot of the time, no one's done anything wrong. It's just things haven't met Mario's expectation.
My first nomination is going to be for Rachel. I don't mind people being loud, but her voice just is really starting to irritate me now at certain times, especially at night and stuff. I don't want to get to sleep early, but there's other people's voices here that don't really bother me, but hers is one that really does. My second nomination's for Steve. I don't really think that there's going to be much of a connection there between me and Steve. We don't really have anything in common.
My first nomination is John James. Just that whole situation between him and Josie, it's kind of like causing a lot of talk and drama and all these friends stroking up someone's thigh, kissing up their neck, and then you're turning around and saying, but we are friends. It's like a game. Even she's not really clear. And I just think, me personally, I just don't think it's on.
Joe, please could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
I'm going to go for Andrew. Generally, he's very well-mannered, but he's got this thing where he can be quite... And believe it or not, from a mild-mannered guy, it can come across a bit aggressive and a bit snappy, and I don't like it.
Alright, first nominate Rachel, purely based on the fact that she annoys the absolute shit out of me when she keeps talking. Just meh, 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 meh. I don't know if it's the talking or just the volume. Like, really need to decrease the decibels on that voice. It just needs to tone it down a little bit. Second nomination, I'm going to have to nominate Mars, purely based on the fact that when people do win tasks and he may lose the task, by him throwing his tantrums, it does make the people who have won feel like really bad, like they've done something wrong. And I think we all just need to be like considerate of each other and try and help each other through situations. And it's very hard to do that when you've got someone that's throwing like little 12-year-old tantrums over silly things.
You sure we're not allowed to nominate Sandpepper? Because I'd give them all 10 of them. I've got so many reasons.
You may not nominate Sam.
Bloody hell. Alright, first nomination is going to go to Mario. I've just nominated Mario because he's been quite frustrated, I think is the word. And he gets his ass in his hand about like silly things, like when we were all doing a quiz the other night, he felt that the questions were a bit unfair. He just gets very frustrated sometimes. I don't understand it.
Josie, please could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
I'm going to pop a Steve up just because he's a little bit bossy. Don't get me wrong, I'm a lazy cow. I've taken laziness to a new level in here, and I will fully hold my hands up to that. But I do have a clean up, and I do like pull my weight in that. But you're just in the middle of having a little lie down, and then you got Steve, come on! Come on! I don't like being told what to do.
My first nomination is going to be Josie. The reason I'm nominating her is because twice now in the last week, she started cooking dinner for people and then would just disappear into bed with John James, or just kind of abandon the dinner. You know, if you're cooking dinner for yourself and then you think halfway through you think, I can't be bothered, that's fine because it's just you. But, you know, when you're cooking for everybody else and people are waiting for the dinner, I don't think it's fair to let all those people go hanging, and then have other people have to jump in at the last second to kind of pull it back from the brink of disaster. My second nomination is going to be John James, and the reason I'm nominating him is because lately I feel that he spends all his time with Josie. I sometimes feel I can't go sit down and have a chat with him anymore like we used to.
My first nomination this week is for Mario because he gets very emotional and does tantrums. Sometimes we don't know why, and it makes everybody else feel like they've done or said something to him wrong. He feels like things aren't fair because he feels less included and stuff. He doesn't like it when other people get attention off Big Brother and feels like he's getting left out and things like that. I'm going to nominate John James because some of the conversations always seem to be around speculation, nominations. I just want to have a little bit of a fun time while I'm in here, and that's it. That's the one subject that brings a house from fun time to cloudy time.
My first nomination is going to be John James, and the reason I'm picking John James is because of constant lying in bed all the time and sort of being less active with other people than most people in the house, who's turning his all attention to one person.
Steve, please could you give the name of your second nomination?
Yeah, my second nomination is going to be Josie. She's not been up there before yet on the board. I think it's our time we all had a go. Seems she's one of the originals. Another reason is that she spent too much time under that cover and too much time lolling about. Sometimes this house is in that much of a state that we should all be making an effort to keep it clean, as well as joining in and playing games or doing something, in Josie's case especially.
Mario received 5 nominations. John James and Rachel received 4 nominations each. Corinne, Dave and JJ received no nominations. 2:25 p.m. John James and Josie are in the garden.
Don't get fucked off of me. Don't get fucked off of me.
I'm not getting fucked off of you.
Oh yeah. I'll speak to the little
No.
I'm gonna speak to him anyway now.
Mario, Steve and Joe are in the kitchen.
Sam don't give a fucking flying fuck what everyone's thinking. Telling you now.
Good, I'm glad he doesn't.
You don't give a shit.
I've already said too much frigging high drama and over emotion. I want to get on with people, and it's as simple as that. But at the same time, all this high drama and other people joining in, only that's in this one and that. Shut up, keep out of it. Just a whole heap of emotional dribble. Let's face it, right? What Sam was asking is only what the public are going to be questioning and asking. What was so out of order? You know what annoys me? People loving to jump on the bandwagon. And to me, this isn't such a serious offence that other people need to get their 2 pennies worth in. Keep out of it.
John wants to know why you are asking me conversations, like questions about our relationship and all that, and want to know what's going on, but you haven't asked it.
I have asked you.
Yeah, but you did it. It seems like you did it in a different way.
He don't think you're fake. He thinks I'm fake. He don't think.
Do you think she's fake?
No, I don't know. This is what I said to her yesterday. I don't know whether
You don't know whether I'm doing it for attention, do you? You don't know whether I'm real or not.
You are. You must see that you and John James are very different people.
Yeah, of course we are. We're like chalk and cheese.
Exactly.
And you worked that out in 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He feels that he needs to know what's going on between us. What are we? What are we? Boyfriend and girlfriend? What are we?
I don't need to know. I want to know.
That's what you said last night.
No, I said I don't need to know. I want to know. Anything that happens in this house is Britain's business. When you come out of this house and you go down and the next day Davina asks you, so what was going on with John James and you're going to go, no, what's that got to do with you? It's private situation. You know, when you go out and she says...
That's
so
Davina, not some little shit that's come in the house that thinks that they should have got the rights to know everything. Basically, what you're trying to insinuate is that I was a fake and I was just doing it to try and get attention. That's what he was trying to insinuate, John. Sam, I may not have to have a pot to piss in, yeah? But I'm not that sad.
You either do genuinely, really like him, or it's just because